The Homestead First Aid and Trauma Kit. Thanks for joining me. This is the Everyday Prepper. So we're going to go through a list here. Depending on your skill level, your kit will look different than other people. This is going to be based off of the average, common, basic first aid and trauma skill level. So this should include at least 90% of those items. This is just kind of a reference guide, but it's more suggestive though for you. So this is not going to be the end all be all, but it should cover most areas. So when you're in your homestead, you not only want to have the skills, but also the gear to help you with your first aid and trauma needs. And so, what are those items? Once again, depends on your skill level, but these are some of the basic ones. Okay, this is what I keep in my kit, and I would recommend these: duct tape, medical tape, a blood coagulant like a quick clot, butterfly sutures, at least two tourniquets, gauze pads, wraps, triangle bandages, trauma bandages, adhesive wound dressings. Now, those right there, in terms of your pads, your wraps, gauze, this and that, don't want just to have like one little box of them. You want to have like a case or two of each. If you have a really bad wound site and you're bleeding a lot, you can go through gauze pads and wound dressings like it's going out of style. So you want to have quite a bit. Antibiotic ointments and creams for sure. If you can get your hands on some oral antibiotics, I would do so. Antiseptics and disinfectants such as maybe like peroxide, rubbing alcohol, PVP, iodine, various wipes. And what about pain management? They also help typically with anti-inflammation. So you would have aspirin, Tylenol, ibuprofen. Of course, you want to pick the ones that don't irritate your stomach and don't have any adverse reactions, and that do a good job for the pill, to kind of kill off and dull the pain. It also would be advantageous to add maybe a chemical ice pack or two in there at the minimum and some lidocaine. What about your over-the-counter meds and prescription meds? I'd put them in there. If you wear eyeglasses or contacts, I'd put some spares in your first aid kit. I'd also include hand sanitizers, non-latex gloves, a CPR shield, blood pressure cuff, thermometer, tweezers, eye flush kit, a small flashlight, a small mirror, a chem light, like glow in the dark stick, if you will, just in case your battery is dead in the flashlight. You definitely have to see what you're doing if you have to sew yourself up, which leads us into the suture kit, a nice scalpel with extra blades, a marker in case you have to use your tourniquet. You can keep track of the time of how long you've had it on. Biohazard bags, emergency contact list, super glue. You want to have various size airways. You may want to have different types of splints of different sizes, depending on if you have kids or if there's just adults. Now, lastly, I like to go into the dental repair kit, definitely numbing agents, and of course, various temporary types of fixes, like they have dental like cement kits. Definitely scissors and shears. The shears would probably be more like the EMT shears. Very good. Sunblock, Vaseline, various burn creams and burn dressings, Band-Aids. And of course, with that, you'd want to have all kinds. Various sizes, everything from small that goes around your knuckles, the tip of your fingers, and so forth. I'd also have, maybe instead of just a scalpel too, I'd have a few razor blades, the ones that you would shave with in case you need to shave some hair to get to a wound site to clean it, in order to put maybe a Band-Aid so that it would stick better. You definitely want a litany of first aid and trauma manuals. And then lastly, we're going to talk about ways to carry all this stuff. Now, this is going to be in the homestead, so you don't have to kind of, in a way, be concerned about like traveling hundreds of miles with this on your back. But it is good, and it's good in a lot of ways to actually have at least half of your items in a backpack. So what I've done is half of my homestead stuff is in a backpack in case I need to move it to somewhere else, or if there is someone that's injured that I can't get them to me in the home and I have to go to them, I can just put the backpack on and go to them. Now, the other half of my kit is in various tote bags and boxes. And so I have it organized in terms of trauma bandages, coagulants, all that's organized. So I didn't really want to show my system per se, just because it's just kind of a little bit overwhelming maybe for some people. So I'm like, okay, let's just do this list. This is a little bit easier for people to digest, and I do challenge you to explore further when it comes to this. Typically, buying a first aid kit for like $10, $20 at Walmart or at Sam's Club is just not going to cut it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for your support. Catch you later.